is it just me, or all the boss babes and all the girl bosses and all the girls that were or want to be or are that are no longer wanting to be that anymore? Like, we want to have a family, we want to be in our feminine energy, we want to live that life now. Like, what happened this year? Because if it might just be like, for you, Paige, sprinkle, sprinkle. But if you know, you know. We're all done. We're like, no, you know what? We tried it, we did it, we can do it. That's not what we want.
Yeah, there's nothing more of a turnoff to a dude than telling him that you were a boss babe, right? Guys don't want to hear that. I was a boss babe, I was a slay queen, I was an alpha female. Hey, if you want that guy to be completely turned off by you, or just only be interested with you for sex and nothing else, yeah, tell him that stuff, right? Tell him that stuff. But it's really hard to feel bad for these chicks who bought into the narrative, like, girl, gotta chase that corporate job, you gotta be a cubicle slave, you know, don't worry, you could get married in your 30s, there'll be plenty of guys waiting for you. It's hard for me to feel bad for these chicks when they're all grown adults and they bought into the narrative because they didn't listen to their biological clock ticking and going, hey girl, when are we gonna get married, when are we gonna have a family, I'm drying up here, eggs are drying up. But kudos for her for waking up. I mean, she's not a bad looking girl, has a nice face, symmetrical, and seems like she's learned her lesson, but we will see, right? We will see. But yeah, it seems like the positive in her case is she tried it and she realized that it's not for her. It sucks, which means she'll probably appreciate a husband even more. Like, I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to be like getting up at 4 a.m. and driving in traffic to go to my tiny cubicle at this small company, and then driving in 3 hours traffic back home to my one bedroom or junior studio apartment in a bad part of the city. No, I don't want to do that. I want a husband. I want a family. I want the house, the white picket fence, the family dog. So, all right, let's continue, shall we?
I used to always say I was born in the wrong generation, and I said that because I
Same
felt
girl.
like family was way more valuable, or was esteemed more back in the days.
Yeah.
And I love the fashion of like the 1940s, 1950s for women and men. I just think it was so classy and so sophisticated. And then I realized I was born in the right generation, because in this generation I can make my money, I can be in my feminine with a masculine man, and if I meet the right person, we can have those traditional gender roles that I like. But I can also go to school. I can also get a job. I can chase my ambitions and have a career. And I don't know how restricted I would feel if I was stuck in a cage where there's, in the good old days, women weren't allowed to have jobs. It was illegal. People would go to prison for that. And
no, people were not. I don't know where she's getting her stats from. Women were not going to prison for having a job. All right, you can go back over 100 years ago, man. In the 1900s, there were women, even back then, who had businesses. Women who did their own thing. Women who did take on jobs, especially during the war. Right, women were forced to take jobs because their men were off. Most of the men out there were off. Fighting the war, World War I, World War II. Men were being drafted. So yeah, it was it was never illegal for a woman to have a job, but it was socially unacceptable for women to have a job, because basically the way society looked at it, and the way society should look at it, which is accurate, is that when a woman is not in the house and she's out there trying to work, that's less time being able to take care of her husband, less time being able to take care of her kids, less time being able to cook, clean, take care of the home. That's why we call them housewives, right? But she acts like these women were like, she said cage? No, you don't want to use words like that, sweetie. Especially, she seems like she wants to be traditional. She wants to be that housewife, but I think she's still trying to appease, the feminine imperative out there so she doesn't get attacked. You're going to get attacked either way, girl. Just by saying that you want a family, you're going to get attacked. So you know what? Might as well just double down. Stop trying to please the feminine, because they don't have your best interest at heart. Right? These, your female friends are out to sabotage you. They don't want to see you happy. I've said that over and over. Like, females do not have each other's back, especially when it comes to one of their like besties, one of their girlfriends, one of their like former party girls, like going off and finding a husband and wanting to have a family and just change your life. No, they're not going to support you if you do that. But if you want to ride the carousel, chase a corporate job, stay on the dating apps with her, yeah, she's totally like, oh, go girl power, hot girl summer. She'll totally back you up. But if you want to do something good for your life and good for your soul and something that pleases God, no, they're not going to be for that. Right? They want you to destroy yourself. They want you to do things that lead to death, not life. So, and that's the thing about feminists and, you know, just the Matrix is everything they do, like their entire ideology is set up for death, really. I mean, you know, to lead you down the path of death, not life. I mean, from abortion to what do they call it? The diversity, inclusion, equity. Diversity, equity, inclusion. They'll never call it what it's supposed to be. Diversity, inclusion, equity. Because you know what that spells? Die. Right? It spells die. But yeah, everything they do leads to death. But, you know, when you do the right thing, everything you do will lead to life. Right? And your soul loving you and not hating you. But good for her. At least she's on that path. But she's still trying to appease people that, you know, don't have her best interests at heart.
I love that I can do that if I want, you know? My guy can provide, and if I want to chase my dreams and do something, I can. Family comes first always, but if I have the intelligence and the ambition, consistency, and motivation to do something else, I can. So you're not born in the wrong generation, but you are born in the generation where you're going to have to make those traditional things that you appreciate transcend the bullshit that we're in right now. But you can do that, so do that.
Yeah, and most of these women who are, I mean, she still has a little bit ways to go to really be a, I would say, like a long-term housewife. But I mean, she's on her way. I mean, she doesn't have like the fake eyelashes or the duck lips, at least from what I can tell. It looks like she just has naturally plump lips. I could be wrong. But she doesn't have, you know, the highlights or the fake hair or anything like that. She looks pretty presentable as a woman. Looks like she's wearing a dress. That's also good. She's not wearing the pantsuit. So, yeah, I think that aside from her little quip about women being in cages back then, housewives being in cages and it being illegal to work, yes, that's an easy correction, right? Any strong man that she dates can easily correct that. And I've dated women like her in the past that were, you know, more traditional minded. They wanted to be in a traditional relationship, but they still kind of had some of these woke talking points that they got from like CNN or The View or something like that I had to just, you know, factoid them out of and just like lay down the facts, and it was pretty easy to change their minds, right? They were like, yeah, that makes way more sense than what I heard from, you know, from television. So I believe that, yeah, she, you know, she could definitely find a dude if she wanted to, and you know, and any of these small talking points, feminist talking points, can easily be, you know, challenged by the right guy. But if she gets with a beta simp or a blue pill guy, forget it. He's gonna be like, no, girl, it's okay. You can have a boyfriend behind my back. It's okay. You know, you gotta do you. You know, no. She needs a strong red pill man to come in there and help her become the traditional woman that she wants to be, right? And I think even if she became a housewife, she would realize she's wrong about that too. Housewives, you know, if you talk to women who raised children in the 50s, the ones that are still alive, they're not going to sit there and go, I was in a cage and oh my goodness. No, they're going to be like, it was great. I got to stay home. I get to make lunches for the kids. You know, I got to help them with homework. I got to, you know, cook, and I love to cook and bake cookies and stuff like that and get ready for their school functions. They would be talking like that. They wouldn't be like, oh my God, it was a cage. The only ones that would be talking like that were probably the ones that got divorced, right? Not the ones that were happily married. So as always, gentlemen, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share, please drop them in the comments below, and I will see you there in my comments. Drop those comments below, guys. I love to hear them. And till next time, this is Amp from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Do it for the DeLorean. Smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you guys actually subscribe to my channel. So please make sure you're subscribed to my channel as well. And for all you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close. Thank you. This car gets so much attention, it's crazy. How to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s. The same exact type of women that I teach my students all over the world to go out there and approach and close. And we're making it happen every single week, guys. I kid you not, every single week, all over the world, no matter what kind of pandemic is going on, no matter what kind of virus is going on, we are making things happen and continuing to live our lives 24/7, 365 days a year. And I want you to join us. And it's the best way to support my work as well. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. And it's real easy to get signed up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. All right, my hightail out of here. Yeah, it's really difficult to shoot in this car, guys. It just gets so much attention, but I've been getting a lot of requests from you guys like, hey, shoot vids while you're driving. And I'm like, okay, A, that's dangerous, but I'm keeping my eyes on the road. I've got the camera kind of like mounted to my windshield right now. But B, the biggest reason is it's really hard to shoot in this car with people like honking and waving and whipping out their cell phone cameras like, oh my gosh, it's DeLorean. Yeah, so until next time.